Welcome to Let's Talk About It podcast, brought to you by Laha. Laha is an open, online platform where women and girls can get information about their health, well-being, and safety. Please remember, all content provided on the platform is based on scientific knowledge for educational purposes only. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice or treatment. My name is Miriam, and today we're diving into a topic that's on the minds of so many parents. How can we guide our preteens and teens to use smartphones and social media safely and healthily? It's a big question, and it can feel overwhelming. But the good news is, you don't need to ban technology entirely or feel like you're always in control mode. Instead, it's about creating guardrails and empowering your kids to make thoughtful choices. Let's explore some tips, backed by research, that can help you navigate this tricky terrain with confidence. Before you hand your child their first phone, ask yourself, why? Why do you want them to have a phone? This question can guide your decision about what type of phone to give them and what features they should have access to. For example, if your goal is to keep in touch with them, a basic phone with calling and texting might suffice. Alternatively, you could start with a smartphone but restrict access to the internet and apps. Over time, as they mature, you can adjust these settings. Remember, the why will help you set boundaries that make sense for your child's needs. Educate yourself and your child about the potential effects of smartphone and social media use. Have an open conversation with your child before they dive into regular smartphone use. Share your concerns and explain why safety rules are essential. For instance, let them know how social media can increase anxiety, depression, and social isolation. Platforms often foster constant comparison, disrupt sleep, and weaken face-to-face connections, which can particularly affect teenage girls. Also, remind them that what they share online stays online. Once something is posted, it's nearly impossible to take it back. This can have long-term consequences for their privacy and life in the future. Set clear guardrails from the start. When you decide your child is ready for a smartphone, establish some ground rules. For example, they should ask permission before downloading apps. Set specific times of day for phone use and avoid screen time before bed. Consider technology-free zones, like the dining room or bedrooms. Limit or delay access to social media apps. If they do use social media, request to be on their friend list to monitor their activity. These rules not only help them develop healthy habits, but also build trust between you and your child. Be cautious about online profiles. Social media makes it easy for strangers to access personal information. For younger kids, it's better to avoid personal profiles altogether. If they do have one, make sure it shares minimal information and is only visible to close friends and family. Keep accounts private. Help your child set up their social media accounts with privacy settings enabled. This allows them to control who sees their posts, comments, and interactions. Together, you can manage who has access and set boundaries for online interactions. Regularly check in with your child about their social media experiences. Ask questions like, what do you enjoy about it? What bothers you? Are there things you'd like to change? Sharing your own experiences can make these conversations more relatable. Work together to find solutions, whether it's taking breaks, tweaking privacy settings, or avoiding certain platforms. Be mindful of emotional changes. If you notice your child withdrawing from friends, school, or hobbies, it might be time to check in about their smartphone and social media use. Girls in particular can be vulnerable to social media's focus on appearance and body image, which may require extra support. Be a role model. Your habits matter. Consider how often you're on your phone or checking social media around your kids. Set family rules for phone use that everyone follows, like no phones during meals or in bedrooms. When kids see you practicing balance, they're more likely to follow suit. Connect with like-minded parents. Discuss smartphone and social media rules with other parents in your community. By working together, you can create consistent expectations for your children and their friends. This consistency can make it easier for your child to accept the boundaries you set at home. Parenting in the digital age can be challenging, but you don't have to navigate it alone. By setting clear rules, maintaining open communication, and modeling healthy habits, you can help your child use smartphones and social media safely and responsibly. Thanks for joining us today. Don't forget to share this episode with other parents who might find it helpful. If you have more questions or would like to talk to someone, please feel free to find the contact details of a service provider near you by clicking on the Find Services button, or to search for more articles, use the search function or the chatbot.